previously on the wonderful road trip in Okinawa. We were in Naha by Kokusei Shopping Street, fed a hedgehog, hopped on a boat and snorkeled at Nagano Island, popped into Shurijo Castle, hired a car and headed off on a road trip to the top of Okinawa to Cape Hedo. But along the way we stopped at a few spots, and now we're in Motubu, staying overnight, ready to continue our journey. The first thing we did in the morning was to visit one of the best and biggest aquarium in the world, Chuarumi Aquarium. They have 740 different species of beautiful sea creatures, from mermaids, deep sea fish, and cute sea turtles. There were a lot more, of course. I wouldn't be able to show you all. The Chuarumi Aquarium has 26,000 living creatures, but the star of this aquarium is the great whale sharks. The Ocean Blue Cafe at Chuarumi provided us with the most stunning view. The food? Not so good. I wouldn't recommend it. But just to sit there and watch something that big swimming right next to your table was, I gotta admit, pretty amazing. And on the next day, we went to Kouri Island. Kouri Bridge stretched nearly at 2,000 meters from Yakaji Island. The view from observation deck still looks pretty amazing even with the grey clouds. Even though it was quite murky that day, the drive along Kouri Bridge was still very scenic. Here we are at the Ocean Tower, another viewpoint. The entrance fee cost 800 yen per person, which you will be directed to the automated buggy with audio-guided information, but I barely remember what the lady said because the view was quite distracting. Oh yeah, we rang the bell. Our next stop was the romantic natural heart-shaped rock formation. Although this was just some rocks by the beach, we can't just drop in and walk to the beach. There's a fee of 300 yen to enter. The first thing we saw when we were walking down the trail to the beach was a crowd of tourists. When we reached the beach, we found that the beach was quite small. I used Google Maps to measure the width, and it's only 75 meters wide. No wonder why the place was packed with tourists. Next day morning, we checked out of the resort in Motubu and continued our journey to the top. We planned to stop at the first cafe or restaurant we see open, but there were none. So when we saw Okuma Beach Resort, we immediately dived in and had some breakfast and some coffee because we were starving. We found that Okuma has a very beautiful private beach and a very nice property, and we wish we found it sooner. We lingered at the beach a bit before we moved on because it would have been nice if this was the first thing we see when we wake up. time to continue our journey to Cape Hedo. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at our destination, Cape Hedo. How do you think about Okinawa so far? We loved it and I hope you guys do too. We had such a lovely time here, but now it's time for us to leave. We have a flight to catch. And we might have got lost at some point. But it's okay, it's all good, because it's Okinawa. See? Still smiling. Hit like, share, or subscribe to get notification for our new videos. Bye now!